right.
All right, boys, we live. Oh, he left. All right, we live though.
Ooh, a lot to talk about, bro.
Oh,
Wow.
bro, this weekend's been wild, bro. The Natty.
Right?
We got the divisional round we got to talk about. NBA, Knicks slacking. Injuries. Fucking nonsense, bro. People giving excuses being made for certain people, but not for others.
Bro,
Oh my
I can't wait
god,
for you to
bro.
talk about it.
Oh my god,
But
that shit pisses
man,
me off, bro.
wild, bro.
Escogido. Nice.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. You know, we in the finals now. We in the finals, bro.
Are you?
Yeah.
Guess who?
Los Toros.
Ah.
We live, Matt.
How you been, Brody?
Holy shit, boys. How about this divisional round of the playoffs for the NFL this weekend? Big time weekend. And we are 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl.
Three.
3, yeah, 2 and a
Three.
half.
Yeah,
2 and a
we
half,
got
two,
the
yeah.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, J-Ron, I think you're eligible to compete this year in the Pro Bowl since it's just flag football. I think
I'm glad my
A-Rod
tape.
is
I'm glad my tape made it.
but we here,
Yeah.
boys, and we got to start with that game on Sunday night between my Rams and the Chicago Bears. A game that came down to the wire. Rav, I'll start with you here. Very tight game. Incredible plays at the end. Incredible play by Caleb Williams. The Rams prevailed. What you think about this game? Did the Bears lose this, or did the Rams win it?
Oh, great question, Matt. First of all, great game to say the least. Like these whole playoffs has been very, very like I don't know who's really going to win, and it's just very exciting to see that like these games are really closer than we think because I'm over here sweeping because we're about to close, and I'm looking at the screen, and I see that play by Caleb at the end, bro. What about that, bro? What about that?
Shit was nasty.
Right? If that's 50% him, 50% luck. But guys, we've been saying it the whole year. We've been saying the whole year that they always get this last luck. But what did Matt say last week, guys? That luck had to what? Expire. And guess what? It expired. But my question is to a coach that I've been praising this whole year, Ben Johnson. My question to you is,
Talk about it, Raph. Talk about it.
if you've been getting lucky this whole year and you've been going for this 2-point conversion the whole year, why not go for it? I understand the overtime rules gives you more leniency to actually go into overtime because why? You get 2 chances now. One side gets it and the other side. But if you see a play like the one that Caleb just made, and like what I just mentioned, it's 50% him, 50% being lucky. Might as well go for it, bro. That was luck. Test your luck again, bro.
Preach, bro. Preach.
But yeah, listen. I predicted it. We predicted that, Matt, that they were going to win. I didn't know how tight it was going to be, but credit to your team, Matt. But as I'm going to mention later, if one team's luck expires, the next one does.
Me next, Maddie.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Yo, Raph, nailed it. Great take. Exactly right. Crazy play. Legitimate pop for me when Caleb Williams hit that throw. Like, jumped out of the sofa. Couldn't believe what the hell I just saw. One of the greatest throws ever. The question, going back to the question, if it was more the Rams or the Bears, I'm giving more of the credit to the Bears messing up. I mean, keeping that game close, Caleb Williams having 2 turnovers, that game was there. And then Raph sent it home. Going down the field, on that final drive, if they would have like ran it in for like a 2-yard touchdown, I would say kick the extra point. Your offense has been kind of wish-wash. Go to overtime, handle it there. Your QB had no offense. 4th down, 4th and 7, and he makes what is equivalent to a Michael Jordan shot. Okay? And you have all the momentum. The Rams are flustered. They can't believe what just happened. And you kick the extra point? Come on, bro. You're Ben Johnson. You're from the Dan Tree, bro. You're from the Lions squad. You go for that shit, bro. You ride the momentum. I think that was like the only, flaw so far in Ben Johnson's coaching tender with the Bears. I don't think the Bears are going to have an easier time getting back to the situation. I think they're going to look back at this game and have a lot of regrets because leading the league in turnovers, that's not going to happen again. That's going to even out again. And hopefully Caleb Williams take another step forward in this Ben Johnson offense, but I really hope they don't regret it because that was a hard loss.
How can you guys be so wrong about this? As you are all the time. Look, this game had me on the edge of my seat from the second quarter there when I saw the Bears just completely getting after Stafford and the Rams. They had the offensive line could not hold up anything. The receivers were getting covered like everybody was prime Revis Island out there. Puka was getting zero separation. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. This is not looking good. And they could not figure it out. They could not figure it out until the fourth quarter. And look, I'll give Caleb Williams credit for that incredible luck of a play that was, that the cornerback just happened to say, oops, hold on, let me go reach for the ball instead of staying on the defender. Yeah, I'll just do that. And he's wide open. Yeah, I'll do that. That was an incredible play, though. I mean, that's what playoff moments are about. But here came overtime. And the Rams went 3 and out to start. And then I was really like, yep, it's over. It's over. They showed Stafford on the sideline. He was shaking his head. And I was like, oh, my God, this is the end. And Caleb Williams, they have the ball at midfield. And my guy, Killer Cam Curl, with an incredible interception because Caleb Williams machine in this game, 3 picks. But here came the Rams and Stafford with an incredible throw to Devontae Adams, leading the drive down the field for a kicker that is a rookie. Nobody had faith in him, and he nailed it. The Rams absolutely won this game because they did it when they needed to. They did it when they needed to. You cannot look, and I disagree with you guys on the Bears going for 2 there. Because if you go for 2 there and you miss it, like that's a fireable offense. That's a fireable offense if you miss it. Because it's like, you're going to get time here in overtime with momentum, and there's 2 chances here to win. This is just one play. They haven't converted 4th down in the red zone all game long, inside the 5 all game long. They failed 3 times. I don't think I wouldn't have gone for it there.
How in the same sentence how in the same soliloquy you go how Caleb Williams had 3 turnovers, how the Rams went 3 and out, how the Rams had no offense going on, and you say that it was the Rams' determination that won the game.
Because when push came to shove, J-Rod, the Rams had the ball in the end, and they went and did it.
Caleb threw a pick on 2nd down on the opponent's 40-yard line.
By an incredible play by the defender to pick that off. That was an incredible play.
If he just runs it and doesn't force the ball, they might kick the field goal to win the game. Your man, it got really lucky because he went 3-and-out in overtime. That would have been a huge conversation how he couldn't get the job done in overtime. And your man got bailed out. So I think the Bears giving up the game is more than the Rams going out there and winning. If I would have told you the Bears defense was going to hold the Rams to 20 points, you would have told me the Rams were cooked. You would have told me the Rams were cooked because you would have not believed that the Rams would have been able to. The Rams defense would have been able to hold the Bears to 17.
It was concerning. It was concerning what I was seeing from the second and third quarters there. I mean, they were just like they had no idea how to figure the Bears out.
Before Raph goes, if Caleb Williams doesn't turn the ball over at least one of those times, do they win the game?
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Stafford
played the last play. If he doesn't turn over the last play, they probably win the game.
Stafford didn't.
But Cam Curl made that was an incredible interception. That was.
Yeah, Stafford didn't play a perfect game, but he played a mistake-free game, and they still only won by 3 points. That's concerning. That's concerning. Go ahead,
Raph. We'll see. We'll see. We make our predictions later. What Raph has to say about that, guys. But let's move on here to the other overtime game this weekend between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Broncos beating the Bills 33-30, guys. Incredible plays at the end of this game. And in very similar fashion to the Rams-Bears game, right? Broncos didn't score to start overtime. Bills have momentum. Josh Allen with the ball. He throws a pick, or was it a pick? And then Bo Nix leads them down the field and to field goal range, and Will Lutz sends them to their first AFC Championship game in 10 years. A-Rod. For the Bills robbed here.
Similar to, like you said, the Rams-Bears game. If I would have said that the Denver Broncos were going to the defense was going to give up 30 points, you were like, oh, the Bills fried them. The Bills dog walked them, and they're going to the AFC Championship game. I know the Bills fans want to talk about the pass interference call, the interception. It was an interception. Do we all agree it was an interception? Right? We're all on the same page that it was into.
I agree, yeah.
No comment.
Wow. Okay, we'll hear from that. But the Bills lost this game, guys. They lost this game. Like, Josh Allen had 4 turnovers. What are we talking about? The Bills got robbed. Josh Allen literally turned the ball over before the half and gifted the Denver Broncos 3 points. How much did the Bills lose by? 3 points. I'm sick and tired of the excuses for this man already. I get it. Josh Allen is a phenomenal talent. He should be a Super Bowl champion. It doesn't make any sense that he has this much talent that he's not at least made a Super Bowl appearance. But he hasn't. This is the reality we're dealing with. And all these people blaming McDermott and talking about the referees don't know what they're talking about. Listen, was it 2 pass interferences called wishy-washy? Whatever. But it should have never gotten to that point. Okay? The defense was suspect for the Bills, but he also didn't help by turning the ball over 4 times. And this is what he stays doing. Okay? He tries to be Superman, and he turns the ball over too much. Even if we do 2 turnovers, I think the Bills can live with that. 4 times in one game, that's hard to come back from. That's hard to beat. Unless you're Justin Herbert, you're not coming back. You're not losing. It's hard to beat that guy. So I think it's time for Josh Allen to reassess himself, realize that he needs to take a step back and trust his teammates more and not try to be Superman. His coach is gone now. You're the next person to blame. So it's time to step up, bro. But the Bills did not get robbed. Hell no, the Bills did not get robbed. They lost that game.
Yeah, I'll go quickly here. I agree with everything you just said, J-Rod. 4 turnovers from Josh Allen. 4. He fumbled to end the first half, 3 points. And he fumbled on the first drive of the second half, 3 points. He's lucky that Broncos offense isn't really all that, because if not, those would have been touched. I mean, the second one at least would have been a touchdown. I mean, this is just 4 turnovers. Like, this is, I was about to give credit to Josh for the comeback, and I'm thinking, okay, once they went and tired, they're going to go to OT. They got momentum just like the Bears did, and they're going to win it. And they didn't do it. I mean, this was the best opportunity that Josh Allen and the Bills had in this entire run of his. Every year, the Chiefs are there, the Ravens are there, the Bengals are there, whoever's there in the way. And I get it, you were on the road in these playoffs, but these are beatable teams. If you're Superman, if you're the former MVP, I expect you to get it done and not have 4 turnovers. 4 in an elimination game in these playoffs. This is not good. So no, the Bills just lost this game because of Josh Allen.
Well said from both of you. You guys think that I was gonna disagree with you guys, but I'm fully on board with you guys. And I have a few words to remind you of what I've been saying this whole year. His career is now more about football. Life is more than just football. And this is insane to me, bro. I can't believe that this whole playoff run, I've been wrong by just one every single time. Because I try to go with my brain, my mind, and my knowledge, but then sometimes it's my heart that tells me what to predict. And I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Josh Allen, bro. The one time I'm rooting for Josh Allen to prove the haters like Matt Rod wrong. I'm not a Josh Allen guy, but it just felt that he needed this one. He needed to go to the Super Bowl. But it's just like, he's just someone that overthinks everything. And I thought that, like, he had it, like, going down when they got that. I think it was a touchdown, or it was yes, it was the last touchdown that Broncos did before they went to overtime. Josh missed 2 plays, and there was one to, I think, a tight end that it was a long 3rd and out. You hit that play, and now you're in 5 yards from the touch for getting a touchdown. You don't even have to go to overtime. And what do? You fully sail him over. A tight end, a 6'4", 6'5" tight end, and you sail him over. That's disgusting, bro. I'm sorry, Josh, but this is just a bad performance, bro. Like, you can't even excuse anything that he did. Like you mentioned, Jay, there's just nothing to say. There's no excuses about. This is not a one-play game. Let's be honest. This is not a one-play game. This is just a team that shot themselves in the foot many times. And Josh Allen, you're a disgrace. Oh, you should just retire. I want him to retire, bro. Go retire, bro.
I thought I was.
Because from now on, this is just stat padding. From now, you're never going to win a ring. This is just stat padding at this point.
Finally, Raph has come on board here with what I've been saying since he was drafted.
Yo, bro.
Josh Allen will never win a ring.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you exactly when Matt's voice was playing in my head. When Bo Nix threw the pick, I think it was like in the 3rd quarter, right? And right after Josh Allen threw the pick the next play, all I heard in my head was Matt saying, "He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's not that guy." And I was like, yo, he's right, bro. Yo, there's just some times where you have to get this shit done. Like, you just gotta get it done. I don't care about your numbers. I don't care about what you did in the regular season. I don't care how good you have been in the playoffs. You got to get it done in the big moments. The reason Patrick Mahomes is great is not because of his talent. It's because he got it done when he needed to. Tom Brady was legendary because he got it done when he needed to all the time. That's what made it so frustrating. You could be great for 3 quarters. You could be great for 3 quarters up to 11 minutes. But if you're not great in the end and you don't win the game, bro, that's what counts. And I'm sorry, bro. You just can't get it done. And until I see it, I'm not going to believe it. I will ask, you didn't feel a little better that he started crying at the podium? That sounds like somebody that cares about football. He sounds like he really cares about football. No? Okay, I tried.
Not enough for me.
That's a guy who's overthinking his life and saying, "Yeah, my life is way better without football." That's what I thought,
So
bro.
here's the irony, Raph. So finally, we're kind of off the Josh Allen train. Watch Josh Allen be the New York Jets' next quarterback, and Matt's gonna jump right. And you're like, oh, it's one complete.
In division? Ooh, in division? Damn, he's bad, bro.
And Matt, like you were saying, like the competition's only gonna get harder. Like it's only gonna get harder. Like Mahomes not here, Lamar's not here, Drake May's upcoming. You know, Bo Nix looked pretty fucking good before he got hurt. You know what I mean? Like the AFC is not going anywhere. So
Yeah, so we'll get to the Broncos and the aftermath of that game in a bit. But the Bills guys firing their coach, Sean McDermott, on Monday, guys, spent 9 years with the Bills, 5 division titles. He sent them to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years, 2 AFC championship games. Raph, was this the right move to fire Sean McDermott?
I don't know. It feels like, because I don't think he was the one doing the play calls. I don't think that he's the. No, I think this wasn't the right move. I'm gonna be honest. I feel that we are in a time, and like you mentioned, it was a lot of years that he was coaching, but I feel like we're in a time that the coaches are getting blamed for more than what it is. And obviously, there were some playoff runs with Josh and the Bills that it wasn't necessarily their fault. Like they did the best they could, but I don't think firing him was the move. I think it was maybe a change of like who Josh Allen hears the play calls from, like the offensive coordinator. That was better, but no, I don't think. For the first time ever, I don't think that change was needed here in this aspect.
I agree with you, Raph. I think teams get too comfortable with being great, and they think that it comes easy, and they think because you make the playoffs over and over again that's normal, and it's not. Trust me, it's not. Having the head coach getting you to the playoffs is very important. I understand that there's a hump to get over, but like you said, Raph, you can make an argument that this is his best coaching job in recent memory. He didn't really have a stacked roster. You know what I mean? And he had a tough AFC East with the Patriots in there. He didn't win the division, but he did win a playoff game against a red-hot Jacksonville team. Okay, against that team that was hot on defense, red-hot Trevor Lawrence, and he did beat them. And, you know, he did have in the playoffs every year that he had Josh Allen. And, you know, maybe it was predetermined in the beginning of the season, like, if you don't get it done this year, then you're gone, which, okay, I can respect. But after that game, if you made a decision after that game, then that's definitely the wrong choice. Your quarterback cost you the game. I think people have been saying that the reason that Josh Allen was so emotional is because he knew that if they didn't do it, he would be fired. So maybe that's why he was like that. But I agree. You know, you better hope that you find a good head coach, because the players obviously didn't like it. And if you start going downhill, and God forbid you miss the playoffs, you're going to have hell on your hands, because new stadium, fans are expecting the same product on the field. Playoffs and a chance to win the Super Bowl. So I think it was the wrong move.
Yeah, I agree with you guys here. I believe if anybody needed to be gone, it was the GM, Brandon Beane. By the looks of it, he didn't see eye to eye with Sean McDermott. Guys, since Josh Allen was drafted in 2018, the Bills have only drafted 2 players that made the Pro Bowl.
Wow.
James Cook and Dawson Knox.
Wow.
That's it. They traded for Diggs. They've traded for guys who have made all pros and all that, but that just shows what his level of thinking is when it comes to drafting and developing these guys. And it's completely different than what Sean McDermott wants. They haven't had a true number 1 receiver since Diggs left. They had problems on defense all year. Like I said, they haven't had a top receivers. So they struggled on offense in the passing game. So I think Brandon Beane should have been the one to be gone. Instead, they promoted him, guys. They promoted him to the president of football operations. So anytime a coach now, because Sean McDermott used to go to the owner, no, now he has to go to the GM. Like he's basically right under the owner.
Yeah.
Now. And it's like I don't think he's very good at what he does. We'll see what the Bills' next move is.
Did you just see the clip where the owner was basically saying that McDermott approached the wide receiver on him, Coleman, and then they played the clip showing that it was the general manager that wanted him? I don't know. I think I'm gonna get a little conspiratorial here, just a little bit. A small part of me, and I can't help it, believes that this was made to take off heat from Josh Allen. Because if you realize, I don't know if you watched the shows the next day on Monday, or the game was Saturday, so Monday, nobody talked about Josh Allen and his 4 turnovers. The whole conversation was McDermott. The whole time. So I maybe it was just like, I don't know, maybe they didn't like him. Maybe they didn't like him and they didn't want to bring him to the new arena and they were just like, we're just going to get rid of him. But, man, there's not a lot of head coaches out there now. Stefanski got already taken up.
I think McDermott's the next Baltimore Raven, by the way.
Who?
McDermott. I think he's the next Baltimore Raven.
You think he's head coach or you think he's D coordinator?
No, he's going to be head coach of the Baltimore Ravens, I think. I think so.
Terrible move.
Why is Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen going by like the same route, bro? This is crazy, bro.
Well,
yikes.
Aaron Rodgers won by now, right? Because what was Aaron Rodgers drafted? 2004?
Yeah, and he sat 3 years. So.
And then he won in 2010.
Yeah.
So he won 7 years after being a starter. 3 years after being a starter. So that's not the Aaron Rodgers route. The Aaron Rodgers route was multiple MVPs by now and Super Bowl champion. He's going.
I mean, the way Matt
had some luck. Massive luck. I mean, I don't know how much luck Allen needs, I guess, but
he's going more like the Chip Kelly route, where he's going to 4 Super Bowls, and now at least Chip Kelly got to the fucking Super Bowls. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So we'll see where the Bills go from there, guys. As far as the winning team of that game, the Denver Broncos, unfortunately, lost Bo Nix to a season-ending ankle injury. He's out for the rest of these playoffs. Nix in just his second year, and the Broncos is the number 1 seed in the AFC, hosting the AFC Championship game. Massive blow, guys, for the Broncos as they now turn to Jarrett Stidham, former 4th-round pick of the Patriots in 2019. He's made just 4 career starts. J-Rod, do you have any hope for Stidham and the Broncos?
Hey, man, listen. Top defense, it's one game. It's one game, bro. Like, a couple of mistakes here and there, turnover here, one throw that you're not expecting from Jarrett Stidham over the top, 1 touchdown. This could be a 17-14 kind of game. You know what I mean? The defense didn't look great against Josh Allen, so that does kind of concern me, and my confidence is a little bit lower. And I can't remember the last time I saw Jarrett Stidham play football, so I don't know what he's going to be bringing to the table. But hey, anything's possible. Nick Foles did win a Super Bowl against the greatest of all time, so I'm going to give him a 5% chance. I'll give that defense a little respect. But yeah, I'm not sorry, Stidham. It would be an amazing story that a former Patriots pick ended their season at the AFC Championship game. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the Patriots are gonna coast into the Super Bowl.
Guys, I think there's a pretty big chance here for Jarrett Stidham and the Denver Broncos. I'm gonna go with a 35% chance for Jarrett Stidham and the Broncos. Guys, look, the Patriots looked like world beaters in these first couple of games. No. Do the Broncos have a good defense? Yes. Can Jared Stidham play turnover-free football? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Can he just be, Raf's favorite word, a game manager? That's all he needs to be for the Broncos to win this game. No, I say just a guy. Raf says game manager. But J-Rod, like you said, this could be a low-scoring game. Jared Stidham doesn't have to be Superman here. He can just be cool, calm, and collected. He sat behind Tom Brady once upon a time. Maybe he learned a couple of things. He was throwing preseason touchdown passes to the late, great Demaryius Thomas. I mean, there's a chance. Sean Payton is an elite offensive mind. Sean Payton's won games in this league with Taysom Hill and Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, there's a chance, guys.
Here's my biggest concern before Raf goes. Josh McDaniels, right? That's the OC. That's the OC for the Pittsburgh Patriots. For the New England Patriots. You don't think he knows how Stidham plays?
That's true. I'm sure.
I don't know, Matty. I'm more afraid that he's gonna get smacked about a blindside hit and might be done for the season along with Bo Nix. To be honest, I'm more afraid about that.
Guys, you guys are overthinking it so much, guys. Let me just say a few things. Let me start with J-Rod. There was a time that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp were debating about Tim Tebow on the New York Mets.
Yeah.
Why do I bring it up? Why do I bring it up, Jay? Because Matthew Rodriguez on the Final Verdict podcast just mentioned preseason tape in front of everyone about a potential playoff performance. I know that I've said before I've heard it all, but this is up there. I've heard it all, bro. This is up there with Tim Tebow and Skip Bayless saying that he's gonna be a good baseball player. This is
what about
guys.
What about Johnny Manziel being bigger in Cleveland than LeBron?
Oh, that's up there too. But guys, I know we like clicks. I know we like good news, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, for him to have a good game, I give him a 5% chance. Patriots gonna go to the Super Bowl. If Bo Nix was there, I would have been saying right now it's 55-45. But no, Stidham is not the guy. If you guys don't remember, I'm glad J-Rod mentioned this because Stidham, he was actually the quarterback when Josh McDaniels was the Raiders head coach back in 2022.
Oh.
If you wanted to remember that.
Okay. Yeah.
So the more you know.
That's a good
fantasy
match.
So
even worse.
So for as much Matt wants to say,
an elite offensive mind, can Sean Payton not out something up? Jared Stidham?
You can put the sexiest coat of paint. It's still a 1980s Toyota, brother. And it's still
but like you said, it's just one game. It's just one game. It's just one drive. Can that 1980 Toyota?
Oh, I give it
it's not.
A chance.
I think it can.
It's one game, Matt, but it's not one drive. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. The pass rush is coming for the Patriots. They have the highest pass rush in the whole playoffs as of right now. So I'm gonna tell you something right now. That D-line is coming for Stidham, and it's not gonna be a game managing moment. He needs to pass the ball, bro. He can't just give it to who's the running back coming back? What's his name? Running back
Dobbins.
He's not gonna have to give it to Dobbins. He's gonna have it sling it to Cortland Sutton. He's gonna have to sling it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's about go ahead, go manage the game as Brock Purdy as you want. He needs to sling that because even Brock Purdy, the top game manager there is in football, even he slings that. You know, so I'm gonna say later my prediction. I'm not gonna say it right now. That's for everyone to see, but 10% chance.
And Matt,
bro.
I think if it was like a Teddy Bridgewater, or if it was
I mean, he sat there. He has sat for 2 years. He sat for 2 years in Denver. He sat behind and known Sean Payton. Like Sean Payton's gotten to know him.
But even if it was like
This
a
is-
backup that had some type of success, like even like a Jameis Winston, I'm like, all right, you guys got to bro. It's Stidham. Stidham has never been good. Every highlight of Stidham is a turnover heading the other way. Like that's all his highlights. That's what.
Time out.
Wow.
Sorry to interrupt you. Matt, the New York Mets and the Milwaukee Brewers are in very serious talks to acquire Freddie Peralta. Just saying.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, keep going.
No. So I'm just saying, like, Matt, 5% chance. That's it, brother.
Look, I'm not saying I want it to happen because I really don't want a backup quarterback in the Super Bowl, but just saying there's a chance. There's always a
Always a
chance.
chance in football. That's why we love
This
it.
is a league of parity. I think there's always a chance. So as far as the team that the Broncos will be playing, guys, the Patriots, they beat the Texans 28-16. This was the game of the turnovers. 8 turnovers combined between the two teams. CJ Stroud, 4 interceptions in the first half alone. Despite Drake May didn't have his best stuff, was enough to send the Pats to their first AFC Championship game since 2018 with Tom Brady. Raph, should the Texans have benched CJ Stroud and would it have mattered?
Okay. I have a lot to debuckle here, guys. So strap your seatbelts up because it's time to go. It's time to go. Wow. This was the first game of the Saturday, right? It was the first game, or it was a Sunday?
It was
Sunday, right?
No, it was Sunday. It was Sunday. It was
3 o'clock game at Sunday.
First game. Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
First game Sunday.
Yes. Guys, wow. Your guy, Raph, post party. Guys, I'm going to be honest, I was hungover at work. I was hungover at work. And guys, I was thinking to myself, can CJ Stroud be what Matt calls a jag? Can he just be that? Because if he was just that, we'll be saying Texans are facing the Broncos right now, guys. If you guys want to agree with me, you can. If not, it's fine. But listen, for as much as I like the Patriots and what they've been doing this whole year, guys, he just needed to be mid. Those guys on the defense are dogs. Those guys give me Legion of Boom vibes, and not saying they're that prime yet, but getting there. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's embarrassing. And as much as Matt was mentioning in our chat that he gave the Patriots so much, like it was basically the Patriots MVP was CJ Stroud. He gave them so much field position. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it. And guys, every time, this is what pains me. If I was a Texans fan, I would break my TV from now. Guys, every single time he gets a turnover, what does he do? Unstraps and does the classic. Guys, that was terrible. That was the worst playoff performance I've ever seen from someone that had a chance to win.
Yeah.
This was bad.
Yeah, it was awful.
And this is once again, this is a game that the Texans lost. The Patriots not win this because Drake May didn't want to win this. All those fumbles for what? For what, bro? You had the game. This could have been a blowout. The way that the CJ Stroud was helping you win. And you know me, guys. I'm the realist. It can be my team. It can be a team that I like, or even a team I root for. But guys, this was bad. For me, I'm gonna mention it later, but you guys know that I'm a partial Patriots fan. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it real. Why does it feel that the Patriots are just getting by? They're just getting by and getting lucky.
This is saying.
Concerning.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait. I'm gonna mention it later. Just remember what I said. It feels like they're getting by, but at the end of the day, they're not squeaking by because they've been winning by two more possessions, right? But man, this is concerning for them. It's very concerning, and I think that they need to be sharp. Not for the Broncos. Again, the Broncos defense couldn't hold the jockstrap of the Texans. I'm sorry. That Texans defense is the best in the league. Up there with Seattle, who they can potentially face right after. But keep that in mind, guys. Their performance, I would have benched him. I told you guys in the chat, I would have benched him. And Davis Mills is crazy because if you guys notice, when Texas were getting back to where, like, because guys, remember, it was the Colts the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Colts that they were supposed to be in this position, right? And then CJ Stroud goes down, Davis Mills goes in, and what happens? They start to win. I had a customer in our restaurant talking about it. He was saying that you can't do this in a playoff game, and I understand, but with those many turnovers, I would have given at least 2 possessions to Davis Mills. See what happens. Give the Patriots something else. Give that defense something new to watch. But damn,
yeah, it's hard because all right. So should he have been benched? I'm gonna say it would have made a difference because if I'm not mistaken, the 4 turnovers were only in the first half, right? So benching him in the second half wouldn't have done anything. You know what I mean? He didn't turn the ball over in the first. You would have had to have bench him before the game started based off the 2 weeks ago game when he turned the ball over 5 times. But then again, he's a franchise quarterback. If you do that as a head coach, you better be certain that you're going to win that game with that backup. So that's a hard decision for a head coach to make. Of course, he's your main guy. You invested most of your money into him. Benching him in a playoff game and then telling him to be ready for next season or even the next game, if they would have won that game with Davis Mills, is kind of hard to do. So I don't blame the coach for not benching him, but like you said, Raph, I don't have to say anymore. That shit was awful. He's had 4 turnovers this game. Last week he had 5. Barely beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lost to the Patriots when the defense literally kept you in that game. You could have been average and would have won, maybe even handedly, to be honest. You would have probably by 2 scores if you would have just played basic. But I don't think benching him would have changed anything, but it is a bad look.
Guys, I just don't know what has happened to who was once my guy, CJ Stroud.
Guys, J-Rod, this was his guy. Oh my God.
2 years ago, this was my guy. 2 years ago, yep. And
he gave advice.
And 3 years ago, Deshaun Watson was my guy too. Things change. I mean, look, CJ Stroud has fallen from grace beyond belief. I haven't seen anything like this in a while. This is
Deshaun Watson?
Well, yeah. Ironic that they're both from the Texans.
A former Texan?
But Stroud just 4 picks in the first half. In the first half, like you said, J-Rod, the defense was keeping them in it. They wanted to win this game. And CJ Stroud said, nope, I don't want to win this game. I'm gonna go home and go on vacation already. This was embarrassing. And I think it's tough because if you bench him, J-Rod, I don't, like you said, better make sure that this works because then that's it. Then you kind of like damage the relationship with CJ Stroud. Then next year it's like you're on thin ice and maybe he's gone.
Wait, my rebuttal to that would be, Matt, if he already has the 3 picks and he's playing horrible and even he knows it, would it really damage it, or would it just be like something you got to talk to about after the game?
I think because CJ's in like that position of, okay, he hasn't been in the league so long, or he's their franchise quarterback for so long, but he's not a rookie either. Like he's kind of like in that in between. So it's like, how do you move on with knowing that you benched him in a game that you had to win? How does that work going forward for next year?
Right. You're kind of creating the Carson Wentz situation in Philly. Remember when Carson Wentz got hurt and Nick Foles ended up winning the Super Bowl, and then you're like, all right, who do we keep? Do we keep Nick Foles or do we keep Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
You're kind of creating that for yourself because what if Davis Mills would have balled out? Now you got a real decision to make. Are you gonna let CJ Stroud play the AFC Championship game?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I wouldn't have done it. It's like if any guys, any long term quarterbacks, if Mahomes threw 5 picks in the first half, would the Chiefs bench him? No,
Hell
he
no.
wouldn't.
Hell no.
Wait, but my rebuttal to that again. Sorry to say this, but like I have to play devil's advocate, right? Guys, I would be like, is CJ Stroud a guy that you're sinking your ship with? Are you sinking your ship with him?
That's the thing because
They
all right,
paid
2
him
years
like
ago you would say, yeah, I am.
They paid him like
But
it.
Matt,
all of a sudden it's like,
I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about 2 years ago. I'm talking about now.
they were in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs
So wait, so Raph, let me
these
ask you a
past couple
question.
years, even despite his struggles. So I don't know.
Raph, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
You
Jay.
are the Texans GM. You're the Texans owner right now. In your mind, do you have a franchise quarterback?
No, we don't have a franchise quarterback as of right now. No.
Wow, that's
No.
shocking to me because I'm thinking CJ Stroud.
I think next year. I think next year is going to be a big year.
It's a determining
So I think
factor.
the Texans, yeah, the Texans are not going to give him an extension this offseason. So I
It's
don't
kind of
know.
shocking to
Yeah,
hear.
Jay, he's in a rookie contract right now, bro.
Oh, I know.
He hasn't got a thing.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's like I felt like Matt said like 2-3 years ago we were talking about this guy potentially being an MVP candidate. Now we're talking about how he's not a franchise. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But you're right. Like it's like he got hurt and then he's like, well, we're not making the playoffs. So he like booked a cruise for January 20th, and then they started winning, and he's like, oh fuck. I got this cruise coming up in January. I gotta make sure I lose so I can make it on time. Because he played awful, bro. It's hard to turn the ball over 9 times in 2 games. 9 times, bro. 9. And you won one of those games. Like, it's I agree. It's a fall from grace, man.
Yeah,
But
next year is going to be a big year.
Trevor Lawrence did have a 4 interception game. Justin Herbert
Chargers.
hasn't won a playoff game. You know what I mean? So like he's not the only rookie quarterback that's going through shit. Like, you know, the first contract quarterbacks I called them. So like to go through some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Give me Joe Burrow and the Texans. See what happens. What do I know about sports, though?
Mm.
He's not gonna go there. He don't got his weapons over there. He needs the situation to be perfect. Don't get me started on Joe Burrow. Come on, let's move on. We're not talking about Joe Burrow. Come on, move on.
Let's move on to the final game, guys, of this divisional round. A blowout game that this was. The Seattle Seahawks, 41-7 over J-Rod's Niners, who we had all the confidence in the world in. J-Rod, what happened to the Niners here? And did the Seahawks win prove to you that they are legit?
The Seahawks proved to me on that game not a damn thing, okay? Okay. 49ers wheeled out the fucking hospital ward out there, okay? And yes, the game was over by the first play within 10 seconds because they didn't score more than 7 points. So it was kind of hard to watch. Listen, guys, what do you want me to say? I thought that maybe an individual rival might spark up some heat, and there might be some plays here and there. The Seattle defense looks amazing. They just played a team that they looked rested, they looked healthy, they looked like the better team. So I think it's more of a 49ers situation, though, not having the squad more than the Seattle Seahawks being that team. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't trust Sam Darnold. I just don't. Like, I know who you are. Like, I know what you are. And I'm not falling for it. You're going to turn back into that pumpkin, bro. And now you're facing your biggest challenge. And I will say this. If you beat the Rams and Matt Stafford, I will have no choice but to give you your props. Because that is a real team. That is a real threat. That is a real big state situation. You are at home. You have a chance to head to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold has a chance to be in the Super Bowl before Josh Allen. Let that sink in there for a second, okay? This is huge for him. So if he can beat Matt Stafford in this game, and I don't care how he wins. I don't care if he has 2 picks, 1 touchdown, 150 yards. I just need you to win the game. Because then I know that you are a QB you can win with. because that's the biggest question. Can you win with Sam Darnold? You got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Can you be a Jared Goff type of QB? So this win didn't mean anything to me. It was over within the first 10 seconds. There wasn't a real NFL team on the other side. I'm not jacking it. Yeah, I was wrong, guys. I was wrong. Sue me. Sorry about it. But I don't believe in Seattle. Raph, don't look at me like that.
J-Rock.
You know who that guy is. You know who he is. Don't look at me like that. Go ahead.
No, don't worry, Jay. We're all good. We're all good. I'm not looking at you though. I'm looking at that man right there. I want to see what he wants to say, and then I'm gonna see what you gotta say, Champ.
Last week came out here and you said not only do the 49ers have a chance, you said no, the 49ers are gonna win this football game. And me and Rav try to tell you they're too hurt. They've been hurt all year, and it eventually runs out. You got to be healthy come playoff time, and they just weren't. Were just a bunch of nothings. It was CMC and Brock and a bunch of nothings.
They're never healthy
out there.
And never healthy though. Like never.
Salah pushed that defense to its limit all season long. And good for him now. He's going to be the coach of the Titans. There was nothing there for the 49ers. So no, Raph, this win didn't mean nothing for the Seattle Seahawks because, like J-Rod said, we're playing a bunch of nothings. They were all banged up, and I don't trust Sam Darnold. Look, I saw Sam Darnold firsthand, guys, more than any one of you. Okay, I was there. I rooted for the guy, big time. I was excited when they drafted him. I remember his first ever pass was an interception in Detroit. I remember in 2019 how excited I was for that Jets season. They just signed Le'Veon Bell.
Ooh,
and things were looking up. And he shit the bed those first 7-8 weeks. And it just hasn't been the same. And look, credit to him, he turned his career around. Into the Vikings, had them in the playoffs, or they got blown out last year by somebody that they're playing this weekend. I'm not sure who that is. But Seattle looks great. But against the real team, Raf, will they? Will they? That's all I have to say. Will they?
One thing I love about life is that life is just about full circle moments.
Mm.
And how full circle of a moment would it be that Sam Darnold is just a guy and he's going to have just a guy performance against Matthew's guy? Whew. I think this is a great pivot to our predictions. Don't you guys think? I think this is a great pivot.
Absolutely.
Because what I have to say is simple. He was just a guy against the 49ers. And what is he going to be against the Rams? Just a guy.
Just a guy. Yeah, man, I can't believe a guy who has a sixth sense and starts seeing ghosts out there. I'm not rocking with you, bro. Like I can't. Like you said, kudos to him for changing his career around. I'm happy that he, found another team that gave him another chance and he was able to get his money and stuff like that. But I gotta see it to believe it. All
right. So let's get into our predictions now, guys. 4 teams left, 2 winners, 2 teams going to the Super Bowl. Start out in the AFC, guys. Drake May and the Pats at Denver, at Jarrett Stidham against his former team. Raph, I'll start with you. Pats or Broncos, what's the score?
Matt, Jay, if you guys can remember what I said to start this whole playoff run, what was my prediction? If you guys can remember,
The Pats and
I said we're gonna get. Go ahead, Jay.
You said Pats and Seahawks, right?
And I'm not going to back down from that.
Wow.
Patriots.
Pats and Seahawks.
Patriots 31,
Oh,
Broncos 21.
hold on 1 second. Let me give the records real quick.
Got you.
Before we move on, 1 second. 1 second. There we go. All right. So wild card weekend, Matt, you went 3-3. Raph, you went 5-1, and I also went 5-1. That was wild card weekend. This weekend, you and Matt both went 3-1 because y'all had the same predictions, and I went 1-3. All right, so going into the championship weekend, that would make Matt 6-2.
6-4, no?
6-4, excuse me, 6-4. Raph, you are 8-2. Right? Right, is that right? Yeah, 8-2. And I am 7.
I was like, Unc is forgetting math, huh?
Bro. Oh, I'm 7.
8-2, right? You should be 8-2.
Nah, I had 3 losses. I had 3 losses.
You would be what, 7-3?
Oh, me and you were tied, Matt. We're both 7-4. And you're no, what the fuck?
Oh yes,
6-4.
You will be 7-3. You will be 7-3.
7-3, Jay. I'm 6-4, and
You're
you're
6-4. Yeah, I'm
7-3.
7-3. All right, boom, that makes sense. All right, yeah, there's 10 games. All right. So, Raph, you got a score for that game?
I'm gonna go 31-21.
31.
Patriots clinch when they should have clinched in 2016 with Peyton Manning being the backup to Brock Osweiler.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
This
God,
for
man.
the Rams, Seahawks, or Patriots?
No, Patriots.
Patriots. Got you. All right, Matt, what you got?
Like I said, guys, earlier, you never say never. I think the Broncos are going into this game. Never say never. There's magic in Denver, guys. Sean Payton has been robbed of countless Super Bowl appearances towards the end of Drew Brees' career. But unfortunately, this is not his moment. As much as it would be an awesome story for Stidham and the Broncos, I really don't care about Stidham and the Broncos, nor do I want to see a backup quarterback in the Super Bowl. I know the Broncos defense is great, and I think to start, this will be a close game. I think Stidham will make 1 or 2 mistakes, big-time mistakes that cost them. I'm going to go Pats 26-13.
26-13. Yeah, guys, not really much for me to go off of. I think we're all kind of the same way. I feel bad for the Broncos. It was a great season, but you can't lose your quarterback, and it's crazy because it hurts more because Bo Nix has such a great game. He impressed me that I'm like, oh man, maybe he can lead into the Super Bowl. Nope, never mind. He fucking broke his ankle, so he's out. So sorry, Broncos. I'm gonna go Pats 30-10.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's over. Guys. I think Very Bowl smells blood in the water, and he sees Stidham stumble a little bit. He's like, get him, and that's it. They're just gonna wreck shop, and it's gonna be over before it gets started.
Right. That takes us to our NFC Championship game.
Yo, guys, check this out. So I'm looking at the scores we written down and everything, like to see if we got exact. I put 2017, but I picked the Bears and not the Rams. Oh man, but nobody got exact score from the last game, from any of the other games. So, all right, NFC Championship.
NFC Championship game, guys. Rams, Seahawks, the nighttime game on Sunday night. J-Rod, I want you to start here. Rams or Seahawks? Who is going to the Super Bowl?
I know. I can't. I just can't put my eggs in Sam Darnold's basket. I just can't. It just doesn't sound right. It just doesn't. You ever, I know you watch First Things First, Matt. You ever heard while I was talking about the confetti test?
No.
So in the confetti test.
Oh, it was like, if you could picture them.
If you can picture
the Lombardi Trophy.
Them holding the Lombardi, can you picture them holding the Lombardi Trophy? I cannot picture Sam Darnold holding the Lombardi Trophy as highlighted green, silver, and blue confetti falls from the sky. I'm going Rams. I'm going to say it's going to be close. I'm going to go 30-24. Rams.
All right. I'll go quick here before I let Raph go. These teams have played each other 2 times this year. Both games close. And the second game, phenomenal. Sam Darnold was awful in the second game. And somehow the Seahawks still won. I know the Seahawks have looked incredible this past week against the 49ers, and the Rams have been squeaking by. But it comes down to Stafford versus Darnold. Raph knows it. J-Rod knows it. The world knows it. Sam Darnold will never be Matthew Stafford. And I think Stafford is going to throw a party on the Seattle Seahawks defense. I'm predicting this game to be very similar to that second game they played this year. I'm going to go Rams 40-37.
Wow, that's a high-scoring game. 77 points you're predicting. All right. That's going to be a fun-ass game. All right, Raph. You had a prediction in the beginning. Are you sticking to it?
Guys, here it is. The Bad Bunny Super Bowl concert. Who is going to be playing at Bad Bunny's concert? Whew. Drake May versus who? Wow. Pretty. I'm gonna keep my prediction, Jay. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks beating the Rams. Matthew Stafford would not be able to find out and figure out that defense of Mike McDonald's. He will have a better game than Sam Darnold. He's gonna have a 2, maybe 3 touchdown game with 2 interceptions. He's gonna go like 27 for 42, maybe 300 yards. But guess what? It's not enough. All Sam Darnold has to do is be a guy. That's it. That's it. He doesn't have to outduel him because his defense will do it. And we're going to get a 2014 rematch. Patriots versus Seahawks. And Matthew's guy will retire. My life will be great once again. Matthew's not only going to be hating on Bad Bunny's halftime show, but he will be hating that his guy, his franchise from franchise quarterback from USC was supposed to be. He beat Matthew Stafford. I'm gonna go 31-27 Seattle Seahawks.
Wow. Wow.
There you have it.
An ex-Jets player ending Matt's QB.
Talk about irony.
Took a full circle moments, bro. Holy shit.
If it does happen, of course it happens to me. Of course it does. Guys, as I was sitting here in that Bears game, I was like, of course that last play, Caleb Williams happened. Of course it did.
Yo, Matt, you try to downplay that throw, too. You were like, oh, the defender was too close by. The
Oh,
defender
stop it, J-Rod. This guy. Look, the throw was great, but it shouldn't have been
The
caught.
defender didn't think. He was like, there's no way Caleb Williams is going to make that throw. It's going out of bounds. That's what froze him.
It's going out of bounds. No, you don't play, bro. No, you play. The defender's right there.
He was
You got
right
it.
there,
Like he's
though.
in the end zone, and he just said, "Hold on, let me move up a little bit here. Give him some space." Come on.
Because he thought the ball was going to be short. Because he thought he's like, there's no way Caleb Williams can get the ball back there from falling backwards.
Something that we ignored, guys, that Matthew brought up, and I'm surprised he brought it up. Puka Nacua, Matt. Are you being concerned? Are you concerned from him, bro? Because I'm gonna be honest, when he's not in the slot and he's being one-on-one man press, I'm watching tape. You know who else is watching tape? Whoa! One mic. See, I'm not as informed with football as the coach that's going to be across from Sean McVay, Mike McDonald. And I'm pretty sure that your guy, Stafford, he's looking at Puka Nacua at all times. He has Devontae Adams for sure, but he that's his number one target. Are you concerned that Puka Nacua cannot be one-on-one man press or at all?
Look, there were some things, like I said, that concerned me in that game. I mean, the Bears' ability to lock down Devontae and Puka and everybody else was a bit concerning. 2 quarters there. And I hope Sean McVay, the great offensive mind that he is, I hope he was able to make some adjustments like he did at the end of the game. And I hope this works out here.
Okay, I got a question for you, Raph. Do you think Sean McVay is going to have a bad game calling again? Think he's going to call a bad game?
No, he can be good, but will it be enough? That's my question to you guys. Will it be enough?
Does good offense beat good defense?
Momentum's all on Raph's side and his Seahawks, all on Sam Darnold.
Aren't you a little concerned that they blew out the 49ers? It was too easy for them. Like, aren't you a little concerned that they think this is going to be a cakewalk and they're not getting Brock Purdy and hurt receivers? Not even a little bit. Like,
These guys are dogs, bro.
I'm thinking,
and I'm pretty sure.
I'm thinking Matt Stafford is defrosting right now.
The only props I'll give for Matthew Stafford is that he hasn't gone to SoFi Stadium at all this playoff. He's been on the road. He's been in Charlotte. He's been in Chicago, and now he's going to be in Seattle. That's the only props I'll give to him. But other than that,
all right, well, we're gonna find out.
I don't give a damn about no Matthew Stafford. I know everybody wants the dual MVP battle, but I don't think we get it. I don't think the script is in.
All right, well, that concludes our NFL predictions here and talk of divisional round. J-Rod, where this guy went. And there it is, Raph. Freddie Peralta is a New York Met, and now we have to switch to talk about the Mets. J-Rod, we have to switch here from talking about, I was going to talk about glowingly about your Giants and John Harbaugh. Nope. We have to talk about what the Mets just did.
Oh, shit.
A week after the Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker to a massive deal, 4 years, $240 million, the Mets went to work, J-Rod. They signed Bo Bichette, or as you called him, Bo Bitch. To a 3-year, $126 million. Then they went out last night and acquired Luis Robert Jr. from the Chicago White Sox. Boom, there's their center fielder. Hopefully he will have a bounce back season for them. And now they just went and acquired starting pitcher ace Freddie Peralta from the Milwaukee Brewers. Raph, any thoughts here? Are these moves? What are you feeling about these moves? Is it enough?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Talk about going to work and woo! Talk about going to work. Wow.
And Tobias Myers, nice.
He's a good pickup. He's a good pickup
Oh
too.
my goodness.
Wow. Guys, this whole offseason, we've been talking down on the Mets. I remember Jay saying, how can you let Diaz walk? How can you let Alonso walk? How can you trade Nimmo? How can you trade McNeil? These are your core players. Wow. And everyone's dogging the Mets, dogging David Stearns. Wow.
So I
Wow.
you're happy with this.
Wow. I'm very happy. I am very happy. The one concern, guys, I had was that the Mets didn't have a guy that they can go to game 1, game 4, game 7. That means, Jay, it's basically saying that you need your ace.
Yeah, number one pitcher, yeah.
And Matt, do you think Freddie Peralta is an ace or up there with could be an ace?
Yep.
Wow. You miss out on Tucker, you pivot. And maybe some saying that he didn't pivot, but you get bull bitch. as Jay says, you get bull bitch. And then you trade for Luis Robert, who's I won't gas him up. He's not all that, but he's a great glove that he can possibly have a breakout bat one day because he was playing for the Chicago White Sox, who's obviously one of the worst franchises in baseball right now. And then you go and get your ace. Mets, here we come. Dodgers, here we come. Because if one thing I learned, guys, and even Jay said it, and Matthew, you even know it, the Dodgers were not the better team in that series against the Blue Jays. The Dodgers were beatable. I understand you got Diaz. I understand you got Tucker. But wow, anything can happen in the playoffs. Just get in. And I think we're missing still another DH or another great bat to put behind Soto. Maybe you get a Suarez, Matt. Maybe you go out and do something else. But as of right now, I'm liking this. I'm very much liking this. What do you think, Matt?
J-Rod, very upsetting here as the Yankees were also in on Freddie. The Yankees were also in on Freddie Peralta, and of course they've done nothing all off season. But the Dodgers went, they stole Edwin Diaz. Dodgers went, they got Kyle Tucker. Raph was telling me last week when they got Kyle Tucker, what's the point in watching the season? They're just going to three-peat. And it's going to be the same old thing, no baseball in 2027. Well, here came the Mets. Look, and I'll give them credit. I think this is literally a two-team race. They both play in the same league, the National League. That's your NLCS matchup right there. If everything works out, I stay healthy. I think that's what you're looking at. Those are the two best teams in baseball. Unfortunate for me, the Yankees have done absolutely nothing.
You guys re-signed Bellinger.
Yep.
You guys re-signed
a
Bellinger.
Player who was already on the team last year when they lost. They've changed nothing. So congrats. I still don't think it's enough for the Dodgers, but at least you're competing. At least you're there while everybody else is just doing nothing. You guys are making moves and responding back to what the Dodgers have done. So we'll see what happens with that.
I know I'm not the baseball guy, but didn't the Mets make moves last year Like, when we were having this conversation last year about Mets making big giant moves, signing somebody, possible playoff
Yeah,
berths,
somebody that
Yeah,
and
we did Soto, but other
and
than
they don't
that,
make the
we didn't do
playoffs.
much.
he did. Raf tell me the Mets were one of the World Series. I think he did last year. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess my
I
question
thought I
is,
thought we were
Raf,
gonna
do
go
you
to the
feel
hump.
different about this year than you did last year when they signed Soto?
No, I'll say this year's lower expectations. But at the end of the day, with that much salary you're being put in, I feel like you should always be in the playoffs. Like last year was no excuse. You have to be in the playoffs. You got to go deep in the playoffs, and it's the same thing this year. Have to make the playoffs and just see where things go. But I will say, Jay, that um, a lot did go bad for the Mets, and I'm not one for excuses, but a lot did go bad for the Mets regarding pitching. That their first half, a lot of the pitchers were playing great, right? They were doing the casual 6 innings because most of the time, all you really need is 6 innings, and then you go to your bullpen. Second half comes, and these pitchers couldn't even pitch 5 innings, and then that means your bullpen usage was the league worst. Your bullpen was cooked by the end, and your pitching staff was trash. Trading for Peralta. This can be huge, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of ifs still in that pitching rotation that I'm not confident with. For example, you have the Dodgers, right? You have Otani, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow. Maybe you have Roki back in the rotation. Those guys are not ifs, Matt. You know they're not ifs. They're big guys. You know what I'm saying? They're guys that should be in other teams, bro. But still a lot of question marks in that rotation. That at the end of the day, I feel like the offense is still going to be great because last year, if you guys didn't know, they had a top 5 offense in the league, bottom 5 pitching staff in the league. So at the end of the day, I think that the pitching staff will be the make or break for this team.
What about the bullpen though? I mean, is the bullpen really? I mean, do you really trust Devin Williams and Luke Weaver, two former Yanks who Raf laughed at countless times? Those are your two
No,
guys.
I still don't trust the bullpen. I mean, they made two bullpen moves today that could play a factor, but at the end of the day, I feel like we're going to have a different closer by the middle of the year. But listen, it's all about bounce backs. Is Williams able to bounce back in New York? I don't know. That's a question mark. The only move that I disagree with, I'm not being a fan aside. The only move I don't agree with is letting Diaz go. I think Alonso was a hit or miss because the glove is not there, but the bat will always be there. But re-signing Diaz is what hurt me most because it's like it felt like you should have done that. The first thing you should have done this offseason. But I'm basically saying right now, pitching is still my concern. So we'll see with that.
Well, see what happens. Rest of this.
We're not getting baseball, by the way, in 2027, Jay. I hope you know that. We're not getting baseball. We're not getting baseball. Why is there only 2 teams that people want to go to? I don't understand. It's either Mets or Dodgers.
Paying the most money. You guys are paying the most money.
Yeah, bro.
That's what it is.
It's about the money at the end of the day, bro.
Kyle Tucker signed for $60 million, J-Rod. Kyle Tucker and Aaron Judge makes $40 million a year. This guy's going to make 60. He's been, what, 3-time All-Star, like top 5 MVP once? That's it?
Yeah.
That's $60 million.
And usually in baseball, when you get paid, you go to a trashy team. Now it's like you getting paid and you winning, bro. So you're getting money and you winning, bro. Who doesn't want that? Hell yeah!
The days of the 10-year, $300 million deals are dead. Raph, remember when it was Harper and Machado getting the 10 years, $300 million? Those are dead. We'll see what happens the rest of this all season. So that was some good news for Raph and the Mets. J-Rod, how about some good news that happened to your Giants? This past week, they officially hired John Harbaugh as their head coach.
Let's go.
I know Jay happy.
OD happy. Finally got the culture.
J-Rod, what should we expect of the New York Giants under John Harbaugh?
I think y'all should expect exactly what happened when Tom Coughlin was there. And that was 2 Super Bowl appearances. Listen here, we have a head coach now, and we have our culture back. He's gonna bring some of that Ravens leadership, some of that Ravens structure. Above their sign, they said, "Be a Raven," and that was something that the players live by. So I'm hoping that that culture that John. That's really important. Like the Giants don't have a culture set. There's nobody who's a real leader on that team. So I think bringing John in, and what I'm more excited for is that John's gonna bring in experience. He's gonna be OCs and he's gonna be defensive coordinators, and he's gonna get players to get attracted because they want to play for John Harbaugh. So it's a great hire. I think he was the best coach on the market. Mike Tomlin's not going to be coaching next year, so John Harbaugh was definitely the best coach on the market right now. I think the Giants with the young QB and Jackson Dart, the young running back, the young wide receiver, having a real, without being disrespectful, older guy in the locker room is going to really help out. So very excited. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to be in the playoffs next year because I don't have a time frame for Neighbors. I don't know when Scadaboo's coming back. Don't really know my secondary still. I have a great front seven, but the secondary is still suspect. But I am very excited for the future, and I will say that within 2 years, the New York Giants will be in the playoffs. So very excited for it.
Unfortunately, I agree with everything J-Rod just said, unfortunately. New York Giants.
You can be happy for me?
Well, we're a Jets fan. We're not supposed to be rooting for you guys, but J-Rod, congrats. This is a massive hire. John Harbaugh is an incredible coach, a great legacy, and he just brought all of that with him to New York. Paired with Jackson Dart and Scatterboo and Neighbors and all them, I think by the 2027 season, Giants will be in the playoffs. That's what I think. And if Dart is truly that guy, Dart pans out the way people think, the Giants will be contending for Super Bowls 3 years.
Let's say it louder. Let's manifest it louder. Super Bowl party will be crazy. But it's got to be.
Okay, guys. Okay.
It's got to be at Ed's house, though.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, Jay.
Oh, here comes Debbie Down over here, bro.
I'm not. Let's cut down on the Super Bowl talk. Relax. Let's relax. But playoffs is not that far-fetched from you guys, for sure. What I can say is that the Giants desperately needed a leader with experience in the playoffs. Don't give me no Coughlin. Don't give me no Joe Judge. Don't give me Dable.
What?
No,
Why
stop.
Coughlin catching strays?
Stop it. He couldn't adapt to the new NFL.
Two-time Super Bowl
Stop
head
it.
coach.
He couldn't adapt to the new NFL, and you know it. Stop it.
Bro.
Jay,
Let me
great hire.
Let me tell you something. That defense, when we had OBJ, before Saquon got there, when we had OBJ and Cruz, and we had it wasn't Slade. I forgot who our third receiver was. We were putting up numbers, okay? It was the defense that fucking was slacking on us, and then Coughlin got fired the next year. But anyway, continue.
No, I'm basically saying that this is a great. I feel like you guys needed this, especially for a young quarterback. I'm not big on Dart, but I do see some promises that you guys can see as well. I just feel like, listen, it's all up to the GM. I think that his son knows more about football than he does, but yeah, listen, it's all about the GM. You got the coach, you got your quarterback, you have your star receiver. He's hurt, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to come back better than he was. You possibly have a good, solid running back. I'm not going to say that he's elite. I'm not going to say he's a star at all, but he's a running back, good one. So it just depends on how you develop this team. How do you create this team for Harbaugh and Dart? Because at the end of the day, those are the two most important. But listen, I personally think that Jaden Daniels was the worst quarterback out of the three in 2024. I think that Williams and May were better. Do I think that
Really?
the Commanders have another? Huh?
Really?
Oh, yes, really. Yes, really.
Okay.
Yes, really. But listen, I don't see the Commanders doing all that. I don't think their defense is all that. Eagles, it's a question mark. Are they going to run it back? Because there's just too much drama going on over there. So, listen, Jay, it's all about how you guys move from now and how you create and keep going with this team. Because the defense, I like the defense. It just depends on can Dart and his weapons can they get to it? I don't know how you guys feel about the Cowboys, but I've never been a big Cowboys supporter. I know Matt is, but
concerned about them. A little concerned about them because they got weapons.
Right,
they're pretty good.
But listen, it's going to be a very good NFC East next year for sure.
Yeah, bro. I think that next year we're gonna be not great just because of injuries and stuff like that, and I don't want Giants fans to fucking lose their shit. It's gonna take time to establish this. Give it time. Let him get his people in there. You know what I mean? Let him actually build the culture. Somebody mentioned the constant head coach switching. When you hire a head coach, you're hiring a CEO, right? So they're filling out staff, they're getting their people in there. Imagine changing that shit every year. That shit must that you can't build a culture like that. Yeah. So you need to give John time. So, and I think they will because he's seasoned and he's a veteran. So I'm very excited, man. I feel optimistic for the first time as a Giants fan in a long time. Serious optimistic, not delusional where I'm talking shit and I'm just trying to get myself to believe in myself. I actually have real optimism about that. Oh
yeah, you still owe me and Matt.
I owe you fucking bread.
Dinner.
Both y'all bread. You're gonna break my kneecaps if I don't pay y'all soon. I know.
You still owe us dinner, bro. So yeah.
I still owe y'all dinner.
Yep.
Speaking of, I'll take a couple of cases of those, J-Rod.
For real, I'll pay you a diamond. Dude, I don't give a shit. That's what I really want.
Speaking of John Harbaugh's former team, guys, the Baltimore Ravens looking for a new head coach as well now as the Buffalo Bills. And I thought about this and I was like, two guys, both the same age, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, 29 years old, former MVPs. Which is the better team to go to right now for a head coach? Raph, we'll start with you.
Well, earlier when you talked about the GM situation, I think you hit it on the nail. I feel that if you have to go to Osama bin Bean over there and you have to go right to him, I think that it's a bad situation for you. So I think obviously you go to the owner that we were mocking last week. I think Lamar in his situation over there is better because the AFC North is pretty bad. So yeah.
No, I disagree. I think at the end of the day, this comes down to is Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson better player?
2 MVPs to 1. Who has better playoff success? Oh, sorry.
And unfortunately, because I dislike both of them, I do think Josh Allen has more upside to win a Super Bowl than Lamar Jackson does.
I
Lamar Jackson, to me,
Matt's choosing between being murdered by a gun or being stabbed because he hates both of these guys. So
literally, I don't think any of them will ever win a Super Bowl. But if I'm a head coach right now and I'm thinking, man, I gotta pick who do I want to leave my franchise with me? I gotta say it's Josh Allen. I just do not trust Lamar.
You trust Allen?
I don't trust any of them. Like J-Rod said, I'm picking between the two ways of getting murdered here.
Either poison or fucking...
I think both guys make big mistakes in the playoffs. But I'll trust Josh Allen's arm over Lamar Jackson. Cannot win a Super Bowl with a running back as your quarterback. And I don't know if Lamar maybe is not going to be a running back anymore, right? Because he kind of had a bad year rushing wise. Was that just injury or was that as we talked about a few weeks ago, is that going to be a trend that continues?
Lamar Jackson threw more passing touchdowns, less interceptions in the year that Josh Allen won MVP, but he's a running back, right?
Yeah, come playoff time, that's exactly what he is.
Bro, Lamar can't win, bro, because he's over here talking about how Lamar Jackson's a running back, but then he's over here saying that he's going to take a step back next year because he can't run. So what are we doing? He's
it's if he takes a step back, because I don't know if he's not going to be a running back still. If this was just injury or not that made him not have all these rushing yards that he usually has. If he goes back to that, that's what he'll be come playoff time, when defenses make you run the ball. They're playing their best defenses on your receivers. You're going to make you make big-time throws. Can you make them? I don't know that Lamar can. I don't really necessarily know that Josh Allen can, but I think there's more upside there. I think the Bills with James Cook, better back, I'd say, than Derrick Henry. James Cook was the rushing yards leader this year. Derrick Henry is a little long in the tooth. I love Derrick Henry. He is older. I don't know how much longer that will continue. So yeah, I'd say the Bills are the better situation to go to.
I think if I'm a coach and I'm looking at these two franchises, I want to know where I'm going to get a real opportunity. And listening to both owners speak these past couple of days, I'm going to lean, if I'm a head coach, more to the Ravens. Because, I know that at least there I'm going to have a fair shot at being a head coach for a while. If I'm a head coach, I just watched Sean McDermott get fired after dragging a team to the playoffs, and my quarterback turned the ball over 4 times, and then I got fired. So that is.
Hey Ron, don't you feel though? Don't you guys feel though like he got fired because of the situation that it was, like the fact that there was no Mahomes and Burrow and Lamar? They had to do something. They couldn't just stand pat and do nothing.
I know that we said earlier that we didn't agree with it, but I'm not even saying it was the wrong choice necessarily. But I'm saying if I'm a head coach, like if I need a coaching job and I'm picking between two franchises, I'm like, whoa, that guy not fucking around. Like, he fired a 9-year coach, and they didn't even get to the playoffs before. At least in Baltimore, they had gone to a Super Bowl and won in 2000. The Bills were nothing. The Bills were worse than the Jets in the AFC East. That man helped them get to the playoffs. You could say Josh Allen was part of it too, but he was the head coach. You got to give him credit for that. And they just threw him out with the bathwater, and basically putting the blame on him for certain draft picks. Like, I'm not messing with that. So I think with Lamar, with the running back, with the culture again, I think I'm going with the Baltimore job for this one.
So you guys both think Lamar is better than Josh Allen, right?
I don't even think that I don't think that even matters, because I think that they are close enough where you don't have to worry about the offense. So you have to learn how to manage the team. So who's the easier team to manage, I guess. And
yeah,
I just think there's better star power on the Ravens.
So you guys want easy. I'd rather a challenge here that the Bills need to be completely rejuvenated again. The Bills look like somebody just came and killed all of their parents. After that loss, that loss felt different than every other year. I want to go there. I want to change. I want to be like, no, I'm going to come in. We're going to win with me. You guys just want, Ravens barely made the playoff, whatever, great organization.
By that logic,
that's fine.
By that logic, Robert Saleh is your GOAT coach, because he went to a terrible situation. He went to an awful situation in Tennessee, so he must be your favorite coach in the world right now.
I love Robert Saleh. I think he should still be the Jets head coach, but that's somebody that Raph likes. Got him fired, but We'll see. We'll see what both the Ravens and the Bills do
Who do
this
you-
offseason.
Who do you think is gonna be the Ravens head coach? Do you think Sean goes there?
I had Sean going there. Yeah.
I don't got Sean going over there. I'd say Brian Flores maybe.
Nah, he can't. He just re-signed with the Vikings.
That's
Oh,
right. Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be interesting. Well, we will see. We will see.
See what happens. Lastly, guys, some NBA news here on Jimmy Butler. My guy, Jimmy Butler, tore his ACL on Monday's game against his former team, Miami Heat. He will be out for the rest of the season. Guys, Butler traded last year from the Heat to the Warriors. In his nice usual season, 20 points a game. He's 36 years old now. The Warriors dropped now to 8th, the Western Conference, 25-20. Raf says your team. What does this mean for Stephen Wardell Curry and the Warriors?
Ah, man. My guy, man. Just can never win, bro.
And never
This is crazy.
He has 4 rings and 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous, and he can never win. The Knicks
Well, I'm
have
talking about
gone to the
after-
fucking finals.
I'm talking about post 2022. They just made bad decision after bad decision. Guys, we weren't even supposed to trade for Jimmy Butler. This was just a bad decision. But at the end of the day, you had him. And now you lose him. So what do you do? Because are you going to tank? No, you have Stephen Curry. Why would you tank? And he's already 37. What are you going to do from now? Do you try to trade for DeMar DeRozan? I'm hearing, or Nicholas Claxton? Like, this is all Draymond's fault. Why would you punch Poole? That's what I'm trying to say. Why would you punch Poole? But
He ruined.
I guess
He ruined the whole career doing that. I swear to God, he did.
you add, Matt. I guess you add, bro, because you can't subtract. You're not going to trade Steph Curry. He's never going to ask for a trade. He's too loyal.
There's zero chance for Giannis now that Butler's out.
Zero. It was never a chance, actually. It was never going to work. Never a chance. Warriors were never going to get Giannis.
They don't gotta ask.
You were never going to get Giannis.
They don't gotta. Yeah, it's tough. You know, you never want to see. It's crazy because Jimmy Butler got hurt, but there's more of a Stephen Curry conversation. You never want to see one of the star players not in the big games. You know, it felt like we were seeing the Warriors Cavs every year. Now we're getting LeBron and Curry in the fucking play-in game. Like, we don't want to see that. That's just sad to see. So, part of me really wishes Steph wasn't loyal and he would like do one quick 3-year stint somewhere, like just somewhere. But under the same breath, I do appreciate that Steph Curry is staying with one team because that doesn't happen a lot anymore. Like, it rarely does it happen. I mean, if you told me Tom Brady was playing for the Bucks, I would have called you a fucking psychopath, and it happened. So, you know, if he wants to stay with the Warriors, finished out 4 championships, 2 MVPs, 1 final MVP. You're good, brother. You're good. First ballot, top 10 player. You don't need to prove anything else to anybody. Like, greatest shooter of all time. I know you want to be competitive. I know you want to still be in the league. But, you know, if you want to stay with the Warriors and just finish out your career there and just fade into existence as just one of the unks that just, you know, finishes his career in the league, I'm okay with that too. You earned it. But, yeah, it sucks seeing one of the greats not be competitive.
Look, Curry, like you said, J-Rod, I guess he doesn't have anything to prove. I mean,
I guess.
he has
guess.
a couple of bought rings there, and
You see the
a couple
slight.
easy paths to the finals. And but what do I know in a first MVP that he shouldn't have won? But what do I know? He was probably right. He will stay his whole career
Why
with
should he have
them.
won the MVP? His first one.
He averaged like 23 points a game. Are we serious? It was garbage.
Who was supposed to win?
I had the numbers before. I don't have it up right
You
now.
don't even know. You know Curry wasn't supposed to win. You don't know who was supposed to win. You just know Curry wasn't supposed to win. Continue.
That's all I know. I looked it up a long time ago. But as far as the Warriors are concerned, I'm not sure what's left here. I'm not sure what's left here for Steph Curry and the Warriors.
You still got Draymond Green and the coach.
Draymond Green, who knows? Maybe they call the Mavericks and say, "Hey, could we get Clay back? Let's do this one more time." And
Clay got his girl. She's taking him to Dunkin' Donuts. He's vibing right now. Okay, he's good. Hey,
but Curry will never win another ring, and that's okay. At least I do feel like Curry really wants to be competitive, unlike some phony goat over there in LA. He really wants to be competitive. He cares about winning. He's not just doing it for show. But I'm just not sure what the Warriors can do here. Look, I never thought they should have traded for Jimmy Butler. Maybe that was more personal. I didn't want Jimmy Butler to go to the Warriors. I didn't think the fit was there. I don't think this season the fit was there either. I saw Jimmy become a guy that come playoff time was one of one, that wanted it badly to just, I'll just defer to you. Yeah, I'll just sit here in the corner. It was never going to work in Golden State. And all this takes me back to is, why couldn't the Heat and Blazers work this out and could have gotten Dame and Jimmy Butler in Miami? That's all I wanted. Dame wanted to go there. Jimmy wanted him there. Would have been perfect. But I'm not sure where the Warriors go from here. Do they trade Kuminga still? I don't know. Does it become a need now for them? Now do they need him? I mean, it's just...
I guess, is there any move to make them real competitors? No, right? So, why make any move? There's no move. You're not beating the Spurs.
You could still trade Jimmy Butler. He hasn't expired. After next season, his contract expires.
Who you getting to make you competitive in the West? You're not beating the Spurs. You're not beating the Rockets. You're not beating OKC.
But no chance for Giannis, Raf? Zero?
No.
You have a few first-round picks. You trade Jimmy Butler. You trade Kuminga.
They're gonna hang up the phone so quick.
What do the Bucks want? They want now players, no?
Yeah, but you're not gonna get Jimmy Butler now. You're gonna get him next year.
The Bucks are garbage.
The
Bucks are garbage. The Bucks are garbage, guys. Who are they really? Are they really gonna get anyone?
I don't know, bro. But this is scary, bro.
Oh man!
But lastly, guys, your Knicks. Talk about your Knicks.
Oh, we can go. Oh, okay, guys. Podcast over. Great. Nice talking to you.
Talking about the Knicks. Let's go Knicks, man.
Finally, bro. The Nets should have never left Jersey, bro. They should have just stayed in Jersey. They should have. It's bad, bro.
Knicks have been awful recently. I told you guys that Tibbs should have never been fired. They have no culture, no identity, Raph. Mike Brown is a loser. He's there dapping up Draymond after he fouls Cat. There's just nothing. Tibbs just stood on the side, by the bench there the whole time with his arms crossed, pissed off the entire game.
Looking like the Penguin.
Mike Brown is there smiling all the time, looking around that's not the guy.
What's most frustrating about it is exactly what we talked about. That we're gonna win this fucking East-season tournament, and then they're gonna rest on their laurels like they did some shit. And now they lost 8 out of 10. The last 8, they lost 8 out of 8. The last 8 of 10.
At first, I thought it's Josh Hart, right? He wasn't there. No, he came back and it didn't matter. It still didn't matter. J-Rod, I think Giannis is our only a savior.
Yeah, but what do you trade for Giannis? You got Cat, and who else?
I'm trading all.
You guys don't got picks for real. You guys don't. You guys wasted all those picks on
Oh,
Mikal.
they don't want picks. They want now players. So you get
At
Cat
this-
and
at
OG
this
and
point,
Mikal,
bro.
one of the two.
Yeah, bro. I would give whatever. I would give up anything because I would say not. But yo, bro, we are the Bills of the East right now. It is wide open for us to win this championship. We cannot blow this opportunity. So if Giannis,
I don't know about why anymore, Jay, because if you look at it, this is out of the 10+ years, this is the Knicks' highest expectations. This is the lowest expectations for the Celtics in 10 years. And look where they're at.
But look now, JT.
Tatum's coming back.
JT could come back.
that's what I'm
Yikes,
saying, bro.
J-Rod.
Fucking, I'm saying, bro,
Yikes.
it's just too much of a layup, bro. And it's just like I hate the fact that we start. If we would have had the losing season streak in the beginning, I would have hated it. But the fact that it's after we won the in-season tournament, it makes it worse because now it feels like we're just resting on the accomplishments of the past. That wasn't real. That championship is not real. It's fake. You need to the real one. Like you need to focus up. Lock the fuck in. This ain't a cakewalk, bro. Beat these teams you're supposed to beat.
No, I think you guys end up trade for Giannis. I don't see the Spurs doing it. They're going to be complacent of how they are. I don't see the Thunder. They're not going to do it. I think the Knicks are the only ones who are willing to do it.
So who we give up?
Especially now with I would give up OG and Cat. I'll keep Mikal.
I feel like they're gonna ask for OG and Cat.
And you do that right away, I'm not going to lie.
Man. OG sucks.
Nah, he's big in the
You want-
playoffs though.
he's just-
he's a great defender.
But at the end of the day, this team was constructed to beat Celtics because you had OG on Tatum and you had Mikal on Jalen, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Last year was your best chance. If you don't trade for Giannis right now, it's over because your first option is Jalen Brunson, and we already talked about that. Small guards can win on their own, and if your second option is Karl Anthony Towns, bro.
And yo, bro.
Oh, stop it, Rap. You were all over Jalen Brunson, and he could.
Oh, that's my guy. Whoa! Did you not see me with my little mixed jacket?
Yeah, I saw
I'm all Jalen Brunson. I'm all Jalen Brunson. He's the best thing he's the best thing that's happened to the Knicks in the last 10 years. Are you crazy?
Since Melo.
Stop it.
What?
Giannis will be
Bro.
the best thing that happens to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson is just not. He's not good enough. He's not good enough.
Man.
If he was taller, maybe.
Bro, 28 points clutch is not good enough, bro.
He cannot do it. He's not that.
You're like the only Knicks fan that I hear saying this, and I'm not
the
even a
only
Knicks fan.
logical Knicks fan. Yes.
No, you're not. No, because
Knicks fans are delusional.
bro, you gotta admit that he's changed a lot for the Knicks and how they're viewed, bro. Every time you go face the Knicks, you're like, okay, we gotta find a game plan for Jalen Brunson because he's him. He's him, bro. He can give me 30 a night.
You keep saying that you can't win with the small guard by himself, but nobody has won by themselves. Like nobody. Like nobody in the history. The only guard to get them the closest was AI. He got him to the Western Conference Finals, and he was by himself. The finals against the Lakers. But you need help. Like everybody needs help. So
I mean, he's got help,
really,
but it's not enough. It's not. They need there needs to be someone at his equal or better than him for them to win a championship. Cat is not that.
Yeah, he's too inconsistent. Getting Giannis would be amazing, bro.
We'll see. Trade deadline in 2 weeks. Exactly,
It's not gonna
guys.
happen.
We'll see.
They're too petty. The Bucks are not gonna let him go, bro. They're not. And he told the fans to go fuck themselves, and they said, yeah, it's just, yeah. I don't think they trade him.
Well, I think the Knicks have no chance next year in the East. So it's now or never. Respectfully, it's now or never. They have no chance in the East next year.
I think honestly, the best thing that could happen to them is if they lose in the first round this year. Like there will be a complete rehaul and retooling of everyone except Brunson.
That's what you should
I think
do.
that's the best thing.
I
But
if
I feel like
if that happens, then we should
Uh-huh.
wait for Giannis, like to finish his contract.
It has to be honest. There's no one else. There's no one. They traded all their picks away.
That's what I'm saying.
Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges.
Still don't know.
Are
why
you
they did
kidding
that shit,
me?
bro. Oh yeah, man. Matt, I can't believe we knew this was gonna happen though, right? Like we talked about it at the beginning of the year. Like it's so easy that it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And this 10-game losing streak is not making me feel good at all. And if we lose round 1 to the fucking Magic or the Cavs, oh man, that's gonna suck. And Matt's gonna be right again. They should have never fired Tibbs.
I think they're gonna lose to the Celtics. It's gonna be a full circle moment again. They're gonna lose to the Celtics, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Let's not do that. Please.
That's
Let's
terrible.
Not do that, please. Let's not lose to them or the Pacers or please God no.
Cat is too soft. He's too soft, and he's not like his offense is not even like as it used to be. So it's like,
It's not good.
man,
for
you got to
playoff
move
ball.
him, bro.
It's not good for playoff ball, especially like you need to be physical. You need to be dominant. You need to be aggressive. You need to be wanting to score. And Cat's not like that. He's a finesse player.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
guys. That
Yeah.
concludes podcast number 18, guys. Who will be in the Super Bowl?
Woo!
Talk about it next week, boys.
So we could possibly have so the Super Bowl games that are happening has happened in these couple decades. So we had Seahawks and Broncos.
Yeah.
That was a blowout.
Yes.
We had Rams and Patriots. That was a slow scoring game.
Yeah.
That was Jared Goff. We never had Rams.
And we had where Brady faced the Rams too back in the day.
yeah,
with Kurt Warner.
Yeah, back in the day.
yeah, way back in the day, the greatest show on turf. And then we have, of course, Seahawks, Patriots. We don't know that one. The one that I have never heard about was the Rams Broncos. I don't think we've ever seen that one. I can't remember when the Rams faced the Broncos, but
I don't want Rams, bro.
Performance, and that's pretty much it, bro. I'm not watching that.
Rams Patriots Super Bowl too. So I guess that's what we all ran